Yeah, I hammered it on the look ahead. So I've been dialed in before these two teams play their last two games. So I've been waiting on this matchup. I think it's pretty simple for me. The rain does concern me a little because I don't think Brock Purdy's the best in the rain throwing. And I do think the difference is in this matchup, like Purdy's a more accurate thrower than Lamar. But if it's bad weather, that changes that. Lamar's a bigger athlete, bigger hands. He can bigger arm. He can drive the ball in inclement weather much better than Purdy. So I will say, if all of a sudden it's like day of and it looks like sideways rain, I probably will hedge out and then take the Ravens and then just eat my loss, which will just be a unit of juice, no big deal. So I will say that, like, to me, the difference between Brock Purdy and some of the elite quarterbacks in the league is when it's bad weather. When it's good weather, the dude processes information at like warp speed. Like you can see it. Like he knows he's going to throw right. So he's just looking left the whole time. Not many quarterbacks are willing to do that. And he's just elite at feathering the ball into tight windows, but he's a small athlete. So when weather changes, he changes. Lamar's not like that. Big, strong. I mean, dude's a first-round pick for a reason. I will say, though, my matchup's pretty simple. There's one team that is built to stop the Ravens' rushing attack, and it's Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. Dude, watch Fred Warner. He's literally Lamar Jackson, but playing without the football. Like, the dude at 6'4", 225, 230 can get 40 yards across the field, like, in a blink of an eye, and he's bringing bad intentions. Lamar's crazy. I just don't see the Fred Warner's the one dude Lamar's not going to make miss. So I think all things being equal, I just think the Niners are a much better roster here. They would have to screw it up special teams wise, and I think the Niners spent a couple first-round picks on or a couple high picks and secured special teams. I don't think the Ravens are going to have the special teams edge here. I think the Niners will just beat them more physically. I think the Niners will be able to run down their throat. I just think the Niners flex their muscles and let the league know they're the best team in the league. If the weather, like I said, if they can't pass, that could scare me a little. But I'm just telling you right now, I think the Niners will be able to do whatever they want on offense. I'm not worried about this Ravens defense. They'll be able to pass on them at will once they can establish the run. I like a 27-20 type game. I do think it's not going to be like a blowout, but I think the Niners win by a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, the more I'm starting to think about it, and the fact that it sucks that the kid Mitchell went out last week, that hurts the run game for the Ravens.
They're going to key on Lamar.
Yeah, they needed that, and it sucks. He's out with an ACL injury, so yeah, it's going to be tough for Lamar to, and he's not going to have a lot of time to throw. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough stuff. It's going to be tough sledding for Lamar.
They're going to rush his ass with Fred Warner spying. That's like an impossible. If Lamar wins this game, give him the MVP right now.
Yeah. No, I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. Because he's going to have to be special for them to win the game.
100%.
So, for sure.
This feels like Vince Young, Texas versus Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart, USC. Like, he's going to have to go all Vince Young on their ass to win.
Well, I mean, I know that Sharp's been on the Niners for the last 2 weeks on this game. He's been
the whole year.
Game, so I think the Mitchell injury is big for the Ravens.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think this is, I'm looking at the under here on the total here. So I think it's going to be a little shorter. Although I got him teasing going the over. So I'm kind of playing that middle spot there of a 10-point. But I just don't – I think it's going to be a little closer than the way Sharp is saying, only because Baltimore's defense is legit. I think they're pretty good against the run. They're really good against the pass. And so I think they'll be able to kind of get after Brock Purdy. I think when Brock Purdy has those issues of getting defenders in his face, he kind of makes those mistakes. So I think Baltimore can create those mistakes. And then I always look at the kicking game here. Like, this would be one of the opportunities where you can get the kicking maybe over 1.5. I think there'll be some field goals in this game. Just like I had the Eagles over there 2.5. I think it was 2.5 field goals made for the Eagles Seahawks, especially if it's going to be rain. And you got one of the historically the best kickers in the football in Baltimore. So for me, I lean Baltimore. But I would lean. I'm not going to have a take on this game. I'm just going to enjoy the game, but I will be making some field goal plays here for sure.
And to end up our for those who's been with us the whole time waiting for that parlay, I didn't forget about y'all. To end up our sharp parlay, we had Green Bay money line, we had Detroit money line, and then we will end it with San Francisco 49ers money line. Let us know in the comments who you think might mess this parlay up. Not bad, about 2-1. I'll take it. If you
put the Rams in there and see what it does.
The Rams and the Birds. He was confident on that. It's going to bring it up to at least 5-1.
Rams
and the Birds.
Rams brings it on a 4-1, and then the Birds about 4.5-1.
Birds and the Bills.
Yeah, put the Bills in there. That's 5.
Let's put the whole week in there.
I mean, these are games that we think they're going to definitely win. So
yeah, the Bills is over 5-1, 6-leg parlay, 5-1, right there for you guys. If you
like that, just money line. I like that.
5-1 money line pick here. All right.
We gave him 2. We gave him 2 of those.
Yeah, we did. We gave him 2. And now for those who wanted